Hi everyone, it's me, Carrie, and today is September 23rd. I wanted to give you a brief update about the Artemis 1 rocket launch because it's looking a little tenuous, but for an interesting reason. So as we know, Artemis is the space program that's trying to get humans back on the moon for the first time in 50 years, and also the first woman and the first person of color. But Artemis 1, which is the launch happening around now, isn't going to have any humans on it because they just want to test to see if the spacecraft can make it to lunar orbit and back safely so that, we don't endanger any human lives on the next attempt. Anyway, about a month ago, NASA attempted to launch the Artemis 1 rocket called SLS twice on August 29th and September 3rd, and both times it had to be scrubbed, aka postponed, because of minor malfunctions. I think the first time they thought one of the engines was the wrong temperature, and then the second time there was a hydrogen leak. Don't quote me on that, that's just something I vaguely remember. But I got to go to Kennedy Space Center to see it all happen. I got to meet a ton of cool astronauts and huge buildings. So that's an opportunity that I'm very grateful for. But of course, I did not get to see the rocket actually launch because it never left the launch pad. So the news today, or this news has been around for a few weeks, so it's not new, but the third attempt of the NASA launch is on Tuesday, September 27th, which is only about 3.5 days away. I think it's happening around noon EDT. And I have to decide for myself if I really want to center my whole life around this launch, because I am back in California now, and it would be a little inconvenient for me to fly like all the way across the country just to go to another Artemis 1 attempt, which could honestly be scrubbed again, and then fly all the way back across the country. But I'm not going to complain because this is rocket science, like literally rocket science, which is notoriously difficult, and getting all the moving pieces to line up is very hard. But the reason why I said that this was tenuous at the beginning was, notice that they say that the third SLS launch attempt will be on Tuesday, September 27th, about 4 days away. That's kind of interesting because at the same time, there's a hurricane headed towards southwest Florida. And if we look at the map, well, it's around Friday evening right now. So the hurricane is still about here, very much in the Caribbean, out in open waters. But based on this predicted trajectory, it's going to hit Florida sometime like Tuesday afternoon. And of course, with these projected paths, there's always a bit of uncertainty. So no one knows for certain if it's going to like actually drift way over here or way over here. But Cape Canaveral is where NASA launches their rockets from. And that's right here, which is in the path of the hurricane. So I think I read somewhere that some weather predictors are forecasting that there's an 80% chance that NASA will have to scrub this third attempt due to bad weather patterns, which I can totally understand, because if you're launching a rocket and there's literally hurricane winds and rain going everywhere, I don't think it's safe to make that rocket try to go straight up because it's going to be pushed in all these different directions. But there is a 20% chance that the hurricane goes a different way and spares Cape Canaveral, which would be awesome. So that is fun. But when I heard the word hurricane and I was thinking rocket launch, I thought of one thing, which is that hurricanes, they have an eye in the center, which is calm. It's like the calm in the center of the storm. So what if NASA was able to launch the rocket right through the eye in the center of the hurricane? That would be extremely dangerous, but it would create the most iconic photo shoot of the century, right? Because imagine there's a satellite from above taking a photo, and you can see this like little window of calmness in the middle, and then this like little streak of smoke coming, trailing behind the rocket. That would just look so amazing. But no, I don't think that's a safe thing to do. Also because there's a very, very low chance that the path of the eye actually goes over Cape Canaveral, because it could go in any which direction. So no one should try this. But I think for me, I kind of hope that the third attempt is also scrubbed. Like I'm kind of leaning towards wanting it to be, because I think they also said their fourth attempt, if they were to scrub this one, would be October 3rd. And it turns out that another event that I'm going to, which is called Vid Summit, that's September 27th to 29th. And that overlaps with this third attempt that also overlaps with the hurricane. So if they do scrub this, then I won't miss the Artemis 1 launch, and I can go to both the fourth attempt of this launch and Vid Summit all at once. So I don't know what's going to happen. Honestly, the world is just a very chaotic place. But if in a week or so you see a photo on the front page of the newspaper with a hurricane and a little eye in the center and a little streak coming out of it, you just know that I called it first, right? I predicted it. Anyway, thank you for watching. I'll see you all later. Bye!